It is day 9 of the 30 challenge here at Pride FX. We said for the next 30 days we will be posting videos every single day for the next 30 days. It is Friday, and as you know, on Fridays I like you guys to step back from the market, take a break, have some family time, have some friend time, so that you can come back refreshed on Monday. Welcome to Pride FX. My name is Montivino Valentine. I am the co-founder of the Pride FX movement. Now, if you have not subscribed, please do subscribe. Hit the like button as well as the notification bell so that you can receive future videos we do have on our channel. Okay, so let's get straight into today's video. But before I begin, I'd like to remind you what's going on next week, Monday. So here it is. Okay. So one thing I need to also clarify is next week is Pride FX 1-year anniversary on Monday. On Monday, we do offer our own premium services, and that is signals. We do offer NASDAQ 3:30 signals. We also offer US 30 signals, and we also offer a forecast on Sundays for our volatility and derivative services. These signals does show our results from students. Here are some of the results from students who have taken our 3:30 signals. You guys can see that they are making profit, and here is our forecast that we have shown 2 weeks ago, and this is the result of those signals. Hopefully you do get to join. If you do not know how to join, please leave your WhatsApp number down below in the comment section. And if you also are part of the Pride FX society, we will be sending out a link where you can join our group so that you can get the special. We normally offer our services for 500 Rand, but from next week it will be 350 Rand for only 2 hours from 8 p.m. until 10 p.m. I will remind you tomorrow again to join that link so that you can get some signals while you are still practicing to become profitable. Okay, perfect. Hope to see all of you at our signals next week, and hope that you guys also enjoy the profits that we do make every single day on NASDAQ 100, on volatility and derivative pairs. Hope that you also do get US 30 signals, and all the best for you when you have joined our signals. Okay, so let's begin. So today I am reviewing RedBillion system. I was supposed to do it a few months back. Just got caught up with a lot of other stuff to do, and so it was just a reminder that someone reminded me yesterday, please do RedBillion on YouTube. And so I thought about it, and I said, let me not hold it for much longer so that people doesn't have to buy the RedBillion system. Okay, so let's get straight into the video. I already made a template, and as most of you know, you would have to install those indicators. I'll also send you the templates from the file. And why I like a template, it's like a shortcut. It helps you to not continuously keep adding the indicators one by one onto the currency pairs or the CFDs, as well as your volatility pairs, one at a time. Okay, it just makes life much better and much faster for you when you have a template. Okay, so the first template I'm going to bring up is the settings of the RedBillion system, and so let me just load it up for you guys. And so this is the one that RedBillion has created. Okay, not created, but I just put all the indicators on that we were sent, and so this is what it would look like if you add all those indicators. You see, the problem that I have, guys, is not that we can have all these indicators and so forth. Yes, these indicators are actually free indicators, and that's the problem that I'm having with so-called programmers and mentors that have built robots and systems and indicators. It's just reused work over and over. I mean, why don't you just get someone to build a system for you? Rather ask someone or employ someone to come on board and help you to create your own indicator, your own robot, and so forth. It's so simple. You don't have to continuously sell what's in the market. This is like recycling. I can see all these things, and the first thing I can tell you is that there's a lot of belly systems on here, right? You guys can see that this is Belly's philosophy on the market. Okay, and we can see most of these indicators are downloaded from toplessons.in. So the difference here is that we can get these indicators for free, but we are still relying on mentors to sell us these free indicators, and that's the problem that I have. It's not that I'm complaining. Yes, I know that mentors would like to have money and obviously make profit from selling you their secrets, but this is not a secret. This is something that I could have gotten on Top Lessons, for instance, and Burakoso, I could have gotten it on Top Lessons as well. The only things that I would have paid for over here is the bullish engulfing, and that's one thing that Belly came up with. So all these indicators are just recycled indicators. Okay, so if I'm looking at this, I remember this from Youth in Forex back then, brilliant reversals, and they always do repaint. That's the problem, because if we're looking at this dot over here, it might have started when this high was taken out, and look at this. Let me show you exactly where this high was taken out, over there. So it might have been a repaint, and if we look across, we can see that was also one of the selling indicators, and once it didn't cross over, it was a confirmation, and then look at this one. This one is the lowest point, but the repaint would have started from there. And how I know this is because when I was using Youth in Forex system, it kept repainting these dots. Okay, that's one of the things that I don't like about that indicator. And then the second thing is that there's so many signals that you can take. Look at this one, 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 and that one. So many indications of taking sells and buys will blow your account. We just want one confirmation, not 3 confirmations to take sells at a different place, So just to give you an example, what I mean by that is if we had to take a buy over there, right? Here's a sell, and then the sell goes there. You know what I mean? So the more we take entries, the less our leverage would be when we want to enter, and that might blow your account because of so many indications for you to take a buy or for you to take a sell. So that's the first thing that I can say is also not proper in this indicator. Number 2 is that we have 2 support and resistance levels. We don't need 2 support and resistance. So here's our resistance, that is our support, and then we also have a channel that's going down. So this is acting as our support, and that is acting as our resistance. So we don't need all that information because it's going to confuse the student that you are trying to teach this to. You know what I mean? So better for you to create something from your own understanding and make it better every single time you start coding. That's how simple it is for you to create your own indicator or your own robot. I like originality. Originality is a big part that I like about programming. If I wanted to start my own social media account, or I wanted to start my own social network, I cannot go and use Facebook's name and then just change the color to pink. I would be sued for the name, and this is the same thing that I'm seeing over here. It's all indicators that are being recycled over and over. Okay, so as South African mentors, or as US mentors, or wherever you are in the world, please, when you do have a strategy, rather turn that strategy into an indicator, into a robot, than using other people's work over and over and over, because these things we have seen how many times already. So please get something in order for us to like what you are doing. So obviously now some people have paid RedBillion already, and the problem is it's just recycled indicators. Okay, so please understand that is my frustration with the new mentors, is that indicators are being recycled. Okay, so obviously there's always a solution to everything, and that's what I like coming up with solutions to a problem. I don't like looking at problems and just leaving them at what they are. So what I did was I just created a perfect template for you guys to use. Okay, and this template, it doesn't have all the information that is given to you currently. I know many of you would have been confused by now, looking at bullish engulfing, looking at buy entries, looking at sell arrows, looking at those dots that's appearing on your chart. That's a lot of information for someone to take in so quickly. It's going to be vast and it's going to be confusing, and you're going to go through a time of frustration, you know. So what I've done for you is, let's go to template, and the one that says pride_fx RedBillion, this is the one you want to use. Why I'm using this is because I want you guys to have a much simpler way to trade, so that you can see things much easier when you are looking for entries, you know. The philosophy behind my trading style is to help you guys to see what I see. I don't want you guys to be confused by getting so much information at one time. Okay, and so what I'm going to do is I'm just going to show you how to use it. Okay, it's very simple, it's very easy to use. And how you want to use this is, if you do get an arrow in the red zone or in the blue zone, remember these are your areas of support. I mean, at the bottom side it's your area of support, and on the top side it's your area of resistance. Okay, and now please notify that when these arrows come and appear, it's mainly in the blue and closer to the red. Okay, so you could have taken a sell signal over there, and remember that on a smaller time frame you are going to scalp the market. If you want higher rewards and you want to hold for a longer time, then you just have to go over to the 4 hour, the daily, the monthly, and the weekly. Okay, so for this, you can use it on the daily, you can use it on the monthly, you can use it on the weekly, but for me, I'm going to stick to the 1 hour just to show you some of the results that was given on the market. Okay, so here we have a sell signal, right? And what you need to confirm from that sell signal is, was it in that darker blue area or in that red area for you to take that sell trade? Okay, very easy confirmation, and you can see that the market went down to that side. And so from this side, we're saying if the market is in that blue area or in that red area, we can take a buy trade, right? And so we can see this playing out from there to this point, and from this point back to that point, and then it comes back down to this area. So please notify if you don't get a signal, don't just take it, wait for the market rather to be in that area, and an arrow appears, and then you can take that signal. Okay, and then once it gets here again, we can see that price is selling. Okay, when price gets there, we're going to take that buy. Now please be notified if you're seeing that the candlestick is outside of the bracket, don't take that signal. Okay, sometimes it's not going to play out like the result we got over here, right? And so you can see this is outside of the bracket that we are trying to say this is our resistance area. And you can see from that point, okay, it did go down, but it doesn't always happen the way it happened over there. Okay, here we have a buy trade, and we can see that it's in that red zone, so you could have taken that buy trade and sell over there. And obviously you can see it was still a bit consolidating, and then you get another sell trade. So that's two confirmations of the sell, and you can just take that sell. Okay, very easy to see to the eye. Now what confirmation do you need? And this is the one thing that I've left on the chart for you, so that you can also be notified on what side of the market is it going. So most of the people in my group, they call this the pulse, and this is normally just called the peak, or for a buy or for a sell. So if you have a peak crossover for a sell, you know the strength of the market is actually on a sell trend, right? And you can see that this red line is crossing over and making higher peaks. Now when this happens and you're seeing it at its highest point like this, then you should know the price is starting to exhaust itself, and that's why we can see the decline of that going down. Okay, so if you are looking for those sell trades, make sure that this is hovering above. So you can see over here it's hovering above, so it's telling us the trend of the market. Okay, we can see it's hovering above, and there it had a crossover for a buy. So we're confirming that now if we do get that buy trade, is it possible for us to do it? Yes, it is. And so when you see these crosses crossing so over each other, you know that the market is in a consolidation. So here we can see that the market is currently in consolidation. So you guys can see that the market is just ranging in that area. Okay, and then once you have that move where it starts separating from the market, and you can see over here it starts moving away, we know that we are currently going to a reversal area where the market is going to start buying. Okay, so make sure that you are focusing on this window below. So just to give you another one, maybe on GBP USD, what I'm going to do is just go to the 1 hour, and okay, let's bring up a new one. Let me just get a new one for you guys. So let's just say euro US, no, let's do GBP USD. Okay, so we're going to take the grid away, going to exit that over there, and what we're going to do basically is just bring up the PrideFX RedBillion template, and we can see exactly the same thing. Okay, so I don't know, I did do that one, so let's do this one. Okay, so over here we have, okay, let me just change the template, very important. Okay, so over here we have that pulse, so we know that the market is trending downwards. Okay, when it's red, we know it's a sell trend. When this crosses over, we know we're in a buy trend. So always make sure that you're looking at those pulse or that peak formations it's giving you on the data it's reading at the bottom. So over here we knew it was in a sell trend, and we can see from that peak we could have taken that sell. Here we had another buy. Depending on you, if you feel like you want to trade with the trend, you are allowed to trade with the trend. If you are a person that wants to catch every single signal, you can do that as well. Okay, because remember, from this window we need to go back to that window, down to this window, and then back to that window. Now here we have a sell confirmation. This is a buy confirmation. We can see that they are in those brackets. Okay, here we have another one in the bracket, and obviously we knew from this point, because it pierced through the bracket, that it would be a stronger sell than what we would expect. Okay, and then here we have one outside the window. Now be careful of these ones that are outside of the window. They normally don't play out the way they're looking, because this is past results. Okay, so make sure that your confirmations are that the market is in those brackets, in those red areas, in those darker blue areas. Okay, and here we can see that price went up to that point, so we can confirm that it was a sell. And here we can see the market was ranging in that area and eventually broke out and went there. So that's very good. That's a good trade over there, right? Here we had that buy, and we can see we could have closed over there, and then the market went down to this point. Now remember what I said to you, when you do see them outside of the window, rather avoid them and wait for the next one. And so here we have a buy, a buy. So you had two buy entries, and you could have closed them over there. There is a sell entry and another entry on a retest for that bracket, and we can see that it's falling there. So where are we currently? In a market where price is outside giving us that buy signal, and what I said is just avoid those ones, because they can lead you to false movements. Okay, so that's it from me, Montivino Valentine from PrideFX. Hope you have a wonderful day.